वो तो सही है प्रोज। नहीं देंगे नहीं तब तक बोलेंगे। कृष्णा डियर रह जाता है गार्डन पर। Thank you so much for joining Srimad Bhagavatam. Last, we'll start with Jai Radha Madhav. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari जय गोपी जन वल्लभ जय गिरिवर धारी जय जय गिरिवर धारी जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रज जन रंजन जय ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन जय ब्रज जन रंजन जय यमुना तीरावन चारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरावन चारी जय जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा जय कुंज बिहारी जय कुंज बिहारी Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabh Radha Gopi Jana Vallabh Radha Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabh Radha Jaya Nitai Patita Pavan Hari Jaya Nitai Patita Pavan Hari Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jai Gaur all those assembled devotees, Hare Krishna, all those assembled devotees, Hare all those assembled devotees, Hare all those to Shri Guran Gauranga, Shri Prabhupada, Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, verse number 15. 4, 7, 15. योऽसौ मया विदिता तत्त्वदर्शसभायाम्
योऽसौ मया विदितः
क्षिप्तो दुरुक्तिविशिक विशिकैर्विगानय तन्माम् क्षिप्तो दुरुक्तिविशिकैर्विगानय तन्माम् अर्वाक्पतातम् अर्हातमा निन्दाय पाद अर्वाक्पतातम् अर्हातमा निन्दाय पाद द्रष्टा द्रष्टार्द्रय स भगवान् स्वकृतेन तुष्ट्यात्
आराध्य स भगवान् स्वकृतेन तुष्ये
योऽसौ मया विदिता तत्त्वदर्शसभायाम्
योऽसौ मया विदितः
क्षिप्तो दुरुक्तिविशिखैर्विगानया तन्माम्
क्षिप्तो दुरुक्तिविशिखैर्विगणाय कामान्
अर्वाक्पतन्तम् अर्हताम निन्दाय पाद
अर्वाक्तान्तम् अर्हातम् निन्दाय पाद
द्रष्ट्यार्द्रया स भगवान् स्वकृतेन तुष्यात्
दृश्याराध्य स भगवान् स्वकृतेन तुष्ये
Anybody want to?
योऽस्तु मया विदिता तत्त्वादृशास्तभायाम्
योऽसो मया विदिता तत्त्वादृशसभायाम्
चित्तो दुरुक्तिविशिखेर्विघ्न विगान आयातन्माम्
क्षिप्तो दुरुक्तिविशिकैर्विगनाय तन्माम्
अर्वापतान्तम् अर्हात्तमा निन्दया पात्
अर्वपतन्तम् अर्हताम निन्दाय पात्
दृष्ट्या राजसा भगवान् स्वाकृतेन तुष्येत्
दृष्ट्या द्रया स भगवान् स्वकृतेन तुष्येत् योऽसो मया विदिततत्त्वदृशा सभायाम् योऽसो मया विदिता तत्त्वदृशा सभायाम् क्षिप्तो दुरुक्तिविशिकैर्विगण्य तन्माम् अर्वाक्पतन्तम् अर्हतमनिन्दाय पात् द्रष्टार्द्राय स भगवान् सकृतेन तुष्येत्. Word to word translation. Yeah, who, asu, that, maya, by me, avidita tattva, without knowing the actual fact, drashya, by experience, sabhayam, in the assembly, shipta, was abused, durukti, unkind words, vishikhair, by the arrows of, viganaya, taking no notice of, tat, that, mam, me, arvak, downwards, patantam, gliding down to hell, arhatama, the most respectable, nindaya, by defamation, by defamation, apath, saved, drashtya, seeing, ardraya, out of compassion, sir, that, bhagwan, your lordship, swakritena, by your own mercy, tushyat, by satisfied, be satisfied. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. I did not know your full glories. For this reason, I threw arrows of sharp words at you in the open assembly, although you did not take them into account. I was going down to hell because of my disobedience to you, who are the most respectable personality, but you took compassion upon me and saved me by awarding punishment. I request that you be pleased by your own mercy, since I cannot satisfy you by my words. Purport. As usual, a devotee in an adverse condition of life accept such a condition to be the mercy of the Lord. Factually, the insulting words used by Daksha against Lord Shiva were enough to have him thrown perpetually into a hellish life. But Lord Shiva, being kind towards him, awarded him punishment to neutralize the offense. King Daksha realized this and, feeling obliged for Lord Shiva's magnanimous behavior, wanted to show his gratitude. Sometimes a father punishes his child And when the child is grown up and comes to his senses, he understands that the father's punishment was not actually punishment but mercy. Similarly, Daksha appreciated that the punishment offered to him by Lord Shiva was a manifestation of Lord Shiva's mercy. That is the symptom of a person making progress on the path of Krishna consciousness. It is said that a devotee in Krishna consciousness never take any miserable condition of life to be condemnation by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He accept the miserable condition of life as God's punishment for his deeds, but the Lord has protected me. Thus I have received only a punishment as token execution of the law of karma. Thinking of his grace in that way, a devotee always surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead more and more seriously and is not disturbed by such so-called punishment. You recite Mangalachan prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् Hare Krishna everybody. I seek blessing from all the devotees who are present here and who are online, and especially seeking blessings from my Guru Maharaj and Yugal Kishore Prabhuji so that I can glorify Srimad Bhagavatam, and in that way I can purify myself and whoever hears it get purified. Hare Krishna. So in today's verse, when I was reading today's verse, I when I was in Vrindavan, I was contemplating on five things which Shaman Krishna Prabhu spoke, and then I could relate with this verse. What were those five things? The first lecture he gave in Madhuvan, where we went to see Dhruv Maharaj taking pratigya in Madhuvan, and there he said that even it is related to Dhruv Maharaj, what Narad Muni said indirectly but not directly. There it is said, you can perceive Dham or Vrindavan only if you don't have material desires. So that is the first qualification to actually see Vrindavan, not see modern Vrindavan, but actually the Vrindavan where Krishna performed his pastimes. we can see that picture, how beautiful Vrindavan look in that picture. We can actually see like that Vrindavan. For that, we have to have qualification of not having material desires. That is the first thing. Second thing was, we should get rid of our anarthas. And third thing was, the most difficult is the third one. We should not commit offense, and also we should not take offense. People might always think that, oh, committing offense, I should avoid committing offense. But actually, we should not also take offense. If we take offense, that means someday we'll commit offense. So we have to avoid taking offense. We should not get offended, and we should not offend anybody. And after that, in the mood of humility, serve the devotees, Vaishnavas, and after and while serving them these four things, you will get Krishna Prem. And after you get Krishna Prem, you should pray for others that everybody else should get Krishna Prem. So that is what uh, the mood of Vrindavan Dham this time. That and when I was reading here, what when Daksha, when he saw Lord Shiva after he was revived, he all his hatredness and all his offensive mentality was gone. Why? Because here Srila Prabhupada is saying, no, actually it is saying here, Daksha himself, it is saying, he's saying that Lord Shiva, who is actually a representative, not representative, he is in the position of Guru. When Guru punishes, we get we we get rid of our anarthas. So how to get rid of anarthas? I was thinking that first, material desire is itself is very difficult to go. Then anarthas, and then Prabhuji said these two are nothing. Actually, offensive mentality is everything. So first of all, everybody here in this material world, why they are struggling? Why there is a struggle? Even devotees struggle and non-devotee struggle. Why? Non-devotee struggle because they don't even have the knowledge that they have anarthas, and they are struggling because of the anarthas. Devotees having the knowledge that they have anarthas. What are anarthas? Anger, lust, greed, pride, ego, envy, and then attachment. So these are all anarthas. So because of this anarthas, even though we have knowledge, we are struggling to get rid of this anarthas. So how can we get rid of these anarthas? There are so many places, so many in scripture in length it is described how can we get rid of anarthas. But the most easiest way is to get chastisement from your spiritual master or from pure devotees. And much more easier than that is to serve pure devotees. For example, Dhruv Maharaj had anger. He wanted to perform austerity. He wanted to see Krishna because he had anger towards his father. And once what happened when he went to meet when he went with so much determination to see Lord Vishnu or Krishna, he came across his spiritual master, Narad Muni. And then Narad Muni, what did he say? He gave so many things. He told him so many things that you are just a child. I will speak with your father. He is my disciple. he will put you on the lap. He will give you half of his kingdom if I say just go away. It's not good for you to just roam like this outside and get so much angry. But Dhruv Maharaj was so much determined. Looking at his determination, Narad Muni was so much pleased. And when Narad Muni was pleased, he gave Dhruv Maharaj instructions. And after he followed the instruction of his spiritual master, all his anarthas were vanished, and then he could not only see Lord, but he could please the Lord, and he could get mercy of the Lord. We have discussed in so many previous classes that how seeing is not important. Seeing the Lord is not important, but getting His mercy and pleasing him is important. For example, Duryodhan saw Krishna, but he was not changed. And what happened ultimately? He was defeated. And even though he was defeated, no, at least I don't know what happened to him, but Krishna left him. And Krishna just went away with all the Pandavas. So he was just lying there. But what happened to Bhishmadev? When he was leaving the body, Krishna came to give him send off. In the sense, he went back to Golok Vrindavan and he is eternally associating with Krishna there. So, what was the difference? Bhishma Dev saw Krishna not just for the sake of seeing, he knew Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he had so much devotion towards Krishna, and he was ready to take opposite side of Krishna for the service of the Krishna. But Duryodhan was so much envious, he was thinking that he is just a magician, and he wanted to bind Krishna, but Krishna couldn't be bind except he could be bind only by love. So here Daksha, when he saw Lord Shiva, he was thinking Lord Shiva is just a madman, and Lord Shiva is just a very poverty stricken person who lives in a. So Daksha was thinking Lord Shiva from his external appearances. But actually, who is Lord Shiva? Lord Shiva is spiritual master, and Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee of Krishna. So how will get that kind of eyes to know who is a devotee? When we were doing Govardhan Parikrama, there were so many, as yesterday even Divyatirth Prabhu discussed. We were doing Govardhan Parikrama. Me and Prem Pallavi Mataji and Mukunda and Shrida went to distribute some clothes to some poor people in in Govardhan near Radhakund and there. So what happened when we went to Radhakund? There was like a mob. Everybody started running behind us that please give me, and there were around for sure 200 people, and we were in small auto, and we were thinking that gone today either we will come out of it or everything will go. So we did not wanted to just give it to everyone. We have seen that there were some children, young people who wanted to take these clothes, but they were already having clothes. So we wanted to give this to actually who are needy. So we quickly somehow or other by Radharani's mercy and Krishna's mercy, we came out of Radhakund. And as we came out of Radhakund, that Parikrama mark, so we were going in auto and we were looking who are needy. And there we saw one Babaji, and we were before that we gave that clothes to someone and they were very glad to take it, but in between near Kusum Sarovar we saw one Babaji. There was one tin box, and he was just staying with the tin box, and he was holding that gilleri, sorry, gulla, I forgot what we call it in English, but with that we hit a stone or a paper.
Guler,
So yeah, what is that word? Do you know?
guler,
There is
guler.
something which has
Gilli
what?
danda, gilli danda or
Gilli
guler.
danda, but what it's called in English, Mataji?
Sling, right?
It's a gilli. Gilel, yeah. Something, but it's like we put a paper and then we throw. So it's like we'll hit with someone with that paper. Slingshot. Yeah. So that Babaji had a slingshot. He's very old. He's around, for sure, he's in his 70s, 60, late 60s and 70s. He's very old, holding slingshot, and he's just sitting like this. And then he's chanting for sure mantra. So he's just sitting alone. I went and I wanted to give him the clothes. Looking at me, he's he's seeing me as I'm a demon, and he said, "No, go away, go away, go away." And he's like, "I'll hit you, go away, go away." He's behaving like a madman. But when we saw others and when we saw him, we could immediately realize that he is not a madman. He is actually a Siddha Purush. And I was scared. I don't want to offend him. So I just came back. And then Prempalli Mataji asked me, "Why are you offended again if I go?" But since she said I went. And then I said, when I was going, he's like, "Go away, go away, go away." He said, I said, I want to give you clothes. No, no, I don't want. And what he's wearing, he's just wearing a torn dhoti. And he still did. And it's very cold in the night. And we were distributing this warm comforter, and he said, "No, I don't want. I don't want anything. Just go away." Then I asked him, "Can you give me blessing?" So he said, "Please come here." And then he gave blessing. Then 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 Prempalli Mataji and Shrida wanted to take blessing. So they went. And when they went, he said, "No, no, no, go away, go away. I don't want to give blessing," like that, he said. Then Mukunda was with us. Then he saw Mukunda. He called, "Mukunda, come here," like that he called. And then he called and he gave blessing to Mukunda. Even though he said to Mataji that he don't want to give blessing, but actually by looking at him, we all got the blessing because he's Siddha Purusha. When if we go in Parikrama Marg, and if we just do Parikrama and see that Babaji, we'll think that, oh, he's the diseased person, he's a madman, just sleeping on the torn dhoti, and his hair is not at all good. Actually, I have picture. Krishna Kumar Prabhu sent me that picture of that Babaji. When I went to take his picture, seeing it, he don't want any fame also. He's saying, "No, no, 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 go away." And he's doing like with slingshot, he wants to hit. Even though he don't have anything to hit, it's just a slingshot. He don't even have paper, he don't even have stone, but still he's just showing so that he can just drive us away. So by looking at him, for sure we would have missed. And like him, there are so many Babajis in Govardhan, in Raj, which we might not even realize, and we might think he's like an ordinary person. So that is also one kind of an offense, especially in Dham. When mental offense, I have heard, outside it might not affect, but in Dham, even something we think mentally, it might affect us. Maybe not very bad, but it will still affect us. We might see that our sadhana will go bad. And when we were doing parikrama, so many poor matajis were there. They wanted to have some dakshina or some donation from us, but we couldn't give because we did not had anything at that time. And even though I had some, but I was reluctant to give money to those Matajis. Then suddenly, after some time, my mood while doing Govardhan Parikrama completely ruined. And then then I started thinking so many bad things. I started remembering so many agitating situations. And before that, I was thinking, oh, here Krishna must have walked and all, something like that. But afterwards, completely gone. My consciousness was ruined. And whole parikrama, I was thinking, when will I finish parikrama? When will I go and drink water? When will I get to sit? When will I get to eat? And that was my whole consciousness was ruined. So by looking at someone, we might not know, but they might be exalted personality. And similarly, that is what happened with Daksha here. He saw Lord Shiva. He was thinking he's very bad. Someone in previous classes, somebody have discussed about it, or it was there in the purport that Daksha was very rich man, and Lord Shiva was very poor compared to Daksha materially. But Lord Shiva has more respect than Daksha. That is why there was envy towards Daksha towards Lord Shiva. For example, even in this material world, people might have so much money, but people might not respect them because of their nature. And somebody doesn't have money, people might like how we take our acharyas, Goswamis, Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami. Everybody used to respect them in Vraj when they were in Vraj. Everybody knew about them, and why? Because of their nature, because of Sanatan Goswami knew each and every person in the Vraj, and he used to go and ask, how is your mother? How is your father? How is your daughter? How is your son? So he built that relationship, and everybody used to like him. And similarly, at that time, if Aurangzeb was there, who will like him? Or Nawab Hussain Shah, who will like him? Because they are coming and troubling everyone. Even though they are rich, nobody will like them. So that is why they'll become more and more envious. So similarly here Daksha became envious towards Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva did not take his offenses. Instead, he wanted to purify Daksha, and that is why he gave punishment. And when some we have seen in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are so many pastimes where devotees changed after they went through some difficulties in their life. For example, Gopal Chapalai, who who uh, who uh, who offended Haridas Thakur, Gopal Chakravarti or Gopal Chapala, who offended Haridas Thakur in the assembly of Majumdars. So there, after he offended, he said, "How can Krishna have a form? How can Lord have a form? He was impersonalist, and how can just by taking the name of Hare Krishna you will become elevated?" So he offended Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur just left. He did not said anything. And then because of that, Gopal Chapala had to go to some disease, like leprosy. And then he realized his mistake, but by that time Haridas Thakur already left. And then later, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he asked for forgiveness, and then because his heart was changed, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgave him, and he became cured. So this punishment is for and that too specially not external punishment, punishment in devotional service, punishment by spiritual master. is only for the good of the disciples. In Manu Samhita also it is there that a king has a right to give a life sentence, or to give can have a right to kill a offender or a thief or someone. Why? If king doesn't do that, they have to go to hellish planet and suffer. But because king has has given that offender punishment, they are saved from going to hellish planet. So this also proves that we are not the body, we are spirit soul. Punishment is just given to the body, but by taking punishment on this body, spiritual master is saving our soul, saving us to go back to hell, and saving us to go to again do wrong activities and go back to Godhead. So punishments are very important. We not only just in the scriptures, but in our movement we have seen that some devotees who were who Prabhupada used to chastise them for doing something wrong. Now they are very grateful to Prabhupada because they were saved from going back to their hellish life. So we have to be we have to we have to take this Krishna conscious process very seriously. Just being here, in just being in the process, we without our knowledge we don't know how much suffering we are saved from. Without our knowledge, we are saved from going to hell. Without our knowledge, we are going one step near to Krishna each and every moment. We if we see, at least speaking about myself, if I see my life before meeting devotees, for sure, 100% guarantee, if there is a bond paper I can sign it, I would have gone to hell. Because I was thinking I am the most perfect person in my entire group. And what was my group consist of? Few of them were drunkard, few of them were smokers, few of them were meat eaters, few of them were gamblers, and few of them used to do everything. And in that group, I used to go and hang out with them, and I used to avoid doing those things, and I thought that I am the best person. But we have seen the proverb. There is a famous proverb in English: drunkards, smokers, and then gamblers and meat eaters. Then if I show my friends, then what will people say about me? They'll know who I am. So actually, I might be mentally enjoying their association, but externally I might not. I might not doing anything, but they would pro in gambling, pro in meat eating, because association has that effect. But by Krishna's mercy, I was saved. And when I came in association of devotees, they were very much tolerant towards me, and looking at their love, I got attached with them. And when I did some mistake, I got some chastisement, and because of that, I could do my services now, whatever I am able to do. So by the association of devotees, by staying in this process, one day we will come out of daksha mentality, and we will actually be very grateful. So what I'll end with this. So how to avoid offending devotees? How to avoid making wrong choices in our Krishna conscious life? Only thing is by knowing our position and by knowing the position of devotees. What is our position in this material world if we are not with the devotees? Our position is very dangerous position. Every step there is a danger. Every moment there is a danger because external world look very glittery. It's like the moth which likes that fire the way go in and go very quickly, fly very quickly inside the fire without realizing that it will going to burn that moth. And by the time it realized, already the wings of the moth is gone and it burns into ashes. So this external world is like that light and we are like that moth. And who can save us? Only the devotees. In the association of devotees, our guru, and in the association of guru and devotees, by reading Shastra and by listening and by serving them, can only be saved. So, if we know that how much, if we know the position of the devotees, then we will be very grateful to them. And if we are grateful, then there is a chance that we'll avoid offending those devotees and we'll avoid taking offense from those devotees. Because if they are punishing us, why to take offense? According to this verse, it is good for us. We are being saved when we know their position, when we are very grateful towards them, and when we develop that gratitude towards them, definitely will not offend them. So this is the medicine. How rare the devotees are. They are very rare. Out of 8 billion population, we can just count handful of devotees. And that too in US, we can just count that we meet so many people. How many people are devotees outside? No one. If we meet 100 people in a day, mostly 100 of them are non-devotees only. But when we come to this temple and when we come in association, then only we'll meet devotees. It is said in Shastra, if somebody sees any non-devotee, they immediately get contaminated and they have to take bath in holy river. Example, Shaman Krishna Prabhu was saying that if we see Jagai Madai, they used to take bath. People want to take bath, and in today's world, who is not Jagai Madai? Everybody is like Jagai and Madai. Maybe they might not show externally, but by their thoughts and by their everybody's Jagai Madai. So when we see everyone outside, we should always look to take bath in Ganga. And where can we find Ganga in this land? Nowhere. So what is our Ganga? Chanting of Hare Krishna and being in association of devotees, coming to temple and taking darshan of Krishna from whose lotus feet Ganga has come. So that is why staying in this process will only help us. Otherwise, every step is a danger, and every step outside world is contaminating us. I went to home for a month and I could see the power of Maya. I was very much scared in between in for some days, and by Krishna's mercy, everything I could come back and I am able to serve Krishna again. And by Guru's mercy, I am able to serve Krishna and Guru again and the devotees. So we have to be very grateful of the devotees association because they are just handful in number. And if we are grateful to our association which we got, there is a chance that we might avoid offending devotees, and we might avoid taking offense from the devotees. And then there is a chance that we will get rid of our anarthas, and then there is a chance that we will get out of our material desire, and then there is a chance that we can serve devotees, and then there is a chance we'll read about Krishna, we'll speak about Krishna, and we'll relish Krishna Katha, and then there is a chance that we will get Krishna Prema, and then for sure we'll go back to Godhead. So that is what I can think of after reading this verse. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong or out of my adhikar. If anybody have any corrections, they can correct me. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Yes, Guru.
Well, first, Prabhu, I want to thank you for a very touching talk that's so relevant and important in my life and the lives of so many people that I come in contact with. So first of all, I just want to thank you for your touching talk.
I was speaking for myself, Prabhu.
I don't know how much to say, but many things you touched on are directly relevant to my existence right now. And I am a very fallen, evil man, and my heart is filled with hate, and I struggle every day, and especially lately. Seems people are very much at variance with me and are always trying to hurt me or take things from me. And I know that there is no solution in this world to that. And so it is always energizing, and it's very helpful to hear that when people try to kill me or take things from me or hurt me, it actually is for the good in some way. And that, just as you said in your talk, you know, and so, and also just as you said, not being offensive, not offending other people is so hard in this planet filled with miserable hatred and continuous aggression, horrible luck, and I just so I don't have a question exactly, but I just want to thank you for reminding me that those things are ultimately for the good, and Krishna is saving me from those people. So I just want to say
No, Prabhu. Yeah, whatever happens in our life by the mercy of Krishna, ultimately you came in contact with devotees, that is more important. Because there is so many examples in Srila Prabhupada's life also. So many people wanted to hurt Srila Prabhupada, like they stole his things, and his god brothers did not support him, and then he started some organization, and it was closed, and then he had so many problems in his life. But Srila Prabhupada never gave up. But we cannot speak about Srila Prabhupada because he is a pure devotee. But if for in the life of disciple of Srila Prabhupada also, like this happened. There are so many stories. One Prabhu was he was most wanted person, and then he saw that, oh, there is something called Hare Krishna movement, and then he saw that, oh, if they are all shaven up, and if somebody stays with them, they'll get nice breakfast and nice prasad. Only thing they have to do is just go out and do book distribution. He was a smuggler. Then what he did, he shaved up, and then because he shaved up, even police couldn't recognize him, and he started staying with devotees. what he used to do, he used to eat very nicely. In the morning, I think they used to give cinnamon cookies with milk, and he used to eat. And then when the devotees used to go out for book distribution, so he used to go out for doing his smuggling work. In the name of book distribution, he used to go out and he used to do some smuggling work. Slowly, what happened? There is a chanting, there is a Bhagavatam class, there is a kirtan. He took part in everything. And slowly, his heart changed. And then one day, he came to the devotees and he said, "Do you know who I am?" They say, I forgot his name, John or Bhakta John or who, I don't know. So they said, "Bhakta John." So he said, "No." He showed him his most wanted picture. Devotees were shocked, and devotees were like, "No, no, 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 now you cannot stay here. Please go away." He said, "I'm changed now." He said, "Yeah, if please go away." And what he did, he went and he surrendered to police. And I think Srila Prabhupada, the devotees asked to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said that whether you are here or you are in jail, keep chanting. And he went and he surrendered to cops. And then cops saw his behavior. It is changed. And then when he was taken to the court, judge saw his behavior and he immediately said that he don't have to stay anymore in retention because he's now changed person. And he was the most wanted smuggler, and he helped cops to point out other smuggling points and all. And because of him, cops could catch so many smugglers. And that's why government gave him they say pass. Government gave him a free pass, and they released him. And he came back and he became very nice devotee. So that is what happened. Maybe anything is happening in your life, as in most of the scriptures. Avanti Brahmana is best example. Avanti Brahmana is in 11th canto. So he was very rich Brahmana but very miser. He did not even used to. He started taking their revenge against him. When he used to eat, people used to come and urinate in his plate, and people used to hit with the stone. People used to pass gas on his face and whatnot. People troubled him like anything because he troubled them. But now he's changed person by the arrangement of Paramatma in his heart. He became a devotee. And what did he say? All these problems happening in my life are, is it because of my karma? He said no. Is it because of because of the people? He said no. He said this all the problems is happening is because of my mind. If my mind is taking shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, then whatever happens outside, I don't have nothing will affect me. But if my mind is not taking shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, then even if good is happening to me, it will not give me pleasure. So whatever is happening, maybe it's all Krishna's arrangement. And because of that, you are very much connected with the devotees. You got to know the devotees, uh, the importance of devotees association, and then you will never leave this process, and that is the greatest blessing in your life. So that is what I can think and speak. Thank you so much for sharing, bro. Hare Krishna. So if nobody have anything, then we'll end here.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you so
Prabhu.
much, everyone.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam.
Vashakam
Vanchakal,
Patitana
Vasudev, Sattanavan,
Bhavani.
Vaishnava. Wonderful class, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Amity. Samayata Bhaktivinoda ki. Hare
Jai,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.